Alright guys, I know it's been a while since the Crimson Equinox season started, which I think it was basically this Thursday or something like that, and I haven't made any video in regards to it. So today I will be having a look specifically into the Mosler Super GT multiplayer performance at just 1 star, because as most of you guys already might have guessed, yeah, I purchased the Ultimate Pass once again. I mean, I think I have purchased this Ultimate Pass thing for the last 4 seasons or something like that. Basically, since it was introduced into Asphalt Legends, and today I got the chance to unlock the brand new Mosler Super GT completely. Well, not for free because it was like 50 bucks, but yeah, I got this car as a compliment for the wildcards, the tokens, and all the credits I obtained for the Ultimate Pass. So today I will be having a look into the Mosler Super GT stock performance on multiplayer in order to find out how good this car is just at the bare minimum performance. So with nothing else to add, let's get straight into it, because today I think you all guys will be surprised in regards to this car. Okay, so as most of you guys already know, because I mentioned this on my videos right before this one, the Mosler Super GT is not a king of the game per se, but still is a car you should keep an eye on, mostly because of the floaty this car has. I mean, the floaty capabilities of the Mosler Super GT are really good, and despite this car can't be compared with the Hennessy Venom F5, just to say a name, because, well, when we mention the fact that a car has floaty capabilities inside of Asphalt Legends, we mostly think of the Hennessy Venom F5, which is super floaty, by the way. But yeah, the Mosler Super GT is really floaty, but it doesn't have the exact same drift radius the Hennessy Venom F5 has, mostly because the Hennessy Venom F5 drift radius is extremely sharp, extremely close, extremely small. And then we have the Mosler Super GT, which still has a fairly decent drift radius, not gonna lie. It is not as sharp as the Hennessy Venom F5 drift radius. So yeah, in general, we have a car which has quite good floaty capabilities, a decent drift radius, not the very best handling, but I guess this is common among all the cars which have these floaty capabilities, just like the Hennessy Venom F5 or the Devil 16 and that stuff. Because if you have a look at other cars like the Arash Imperium, it's floaty, it has this drift radius bug that makes it accelerate while drifting, but it doesn't have the very best handling. And in regards to all the cars I have just mentioned, from the Arash Imperium all the way up to the Mosler Super GT, you can clearly appreciate that it's not the exact same case. But either way, let's have a look into all the other aspects this Mosler Super GT has to offer, because the second, and I will say, well, it's quite tied with the first position in regards to the most important advantage this Mosler Super GT has is the top speed. It has a really solid top speed. Even at 1 star, you can already see that I can go at 490 km per hour with ease, which is fairly good. But you know, this car has other advantages aside from the top speed and the floaty capabilities, and I'm talking a bit about the acceleration, because despite of being a car this extremely fast, the Mosler doesn't have a really bad acceleration. I mean, if you have a look at the Koenigsegg Jesko, you can see that the car has a basic top speed of over 490 km per hour, but then the acceleration is not the very best. And if you compare the Koenigsegg Jesko, for example, with the latest Arash Imperium, which is basically the very best car of the entire game, you can see that the Arash Imperium has an insane top speed combined with an insane acceleration that basically gives its status as the king of the game. But you know, the Mosler Super GT doesn't follow the exact same rule per se, because the Mosler Super GT has an acceleration of 83 points once you gold max it out. And well, at stock, it's quite far away from those 83 points I have just mentioned. So yeah, at 1 star, at basically a stock, you can't expect this Mosler Super GT to reach its top speed as a Golden Max Mosler Super GT, which I know it's quite obvious, but still I just wanted to point that out, because with our rank with overclock boost of over 4,200 points, the Mosler Super GT will likely be faced at 1 star against Koenigsegg Jeskos, some Devil 16s, and that stuff, cars which are way better than this one at stock stats, which is the rank we are all sharing on this MP2 season. So yeah, you might lose some races, just like I did on the races you are about to see through this entire video, but still the Mosler Super GT truly shines mostly because of its unique floaty capabilities, which I have just mentioned early on this video, because this car really feels quite good while driving it, despite it doesn't have the very best handling and it's not the same kind of acceleration that a Super King like the Arash Imperium has. The Mosler Super GT has something that makes it quite special, and that's why I think it's worth going for this Mosler Super GT. I remember I mentioned this in one of my last videos, mostly because I was talking about the Mosler Super GT and if it was worth to go for compared to the Koenigsegg Jesko, and I can certainly tell you all guys that obviously it is worth it. I mean, I paid $50, but most of you guys will get the chance to lock this Mosler Super GT from token packs, which means you will be able to lock this car basically for free. And still, I will say without any kind of doubt that the Mosler Super GT is a worthy car to go for. Sure thing, it's not a king of the game, but you can put a quite decent competition against most of the other kings of this game with this Mosler. And well, at least I had quite a lot of fun while driving it, despite I made many mistakes as usual, because let's remember, I am not like some kind of pro player or something like that. I am the perfect definition of a casual player inside of this game. So yeah, you cannot expect the very best runs from this channel, but still I have to admit that with all my skill issues and that stuff, I had quite a lot of fun, which is basically, you know, the main purpose of this game. I mean, if we are playing this game right now, it's basically because we want to have fun. Well, some of you guys might want to have competition and, you know, polish your skills and that stuff, but you know, I am mostly seeking the fun inside of this game, and that's why I am quite happy of making this video in general, because I can tell you all guys that this Mosler Super GT is quite fun to drive, even if it's just at 1 star. Maybe obviously the difference in performance will be quite huge when compared to a 3 stars, 4 stars, even a Gold Max Mosler Super GT. In other news, I am quite close to complete my final goal inside of Asphalt Legends. This is a full Gold Max garage, and it basically means that I will be able to Gold Max every single one of the 300 cars I already own inside of this game, which basically equals to completing the game, because if you have all the cars Gold Max right before the next season, where more cars will be introduced into the game and, you know, the cycle continues over and over and over again. But if I manage to completely Gold Max all the cars I own during this season, will basically mean that I will complete the entire game of Asphalt Legends, which I think it's a quite remarkable milestone inside of this channel, and also, you know, as a player of the Asphalt saga myself. So yeah, I would really like to make a video once I manage to achieve such a complete goal. But either way, you know guys, you will be able to see it with your own eyes, because I will basically make a video about that. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you all guys that I am quite close to achieve my final goal inside of Asphalt Legends. Also, if I have made a video this late, because let's remember that the brand new Crimson Equinox season already started a couple of days ago, it's because I have been quite busy. I am trying to seek for a new job, because as many of you might know, or maybe not at all, I am close to finish my university degree, and I am just doing the final stuff, the final works and that stuff. And I would like to start seeking for a permanent job, because all the way up to this point, I have been doing, you know, part-time jobs in order to study for my college stuff and so on, and now it's time to find something way more permanent. That's why I have been quite busy, and thus I didn't find the right time to make a ton of videos I have planned, but I will try my best now that I have a bit more of free time in order to, you know, get ready for all the updates that are coming all the way up to Asphalt Legends, because let's remember that on the roadmap that the Asphalt Legends developers shared early this year, they say that a lot of things are coming on the 2 next updates, which are basically the last updates of this year. And that basically means that there are huge features on the way, and I am quite eager to find out all the information in regards to all these new features. So yeah, I will try to make videos about that as well. And you know, there are plenty of topics I am considering to make videos about, but as usual, I don't have all the time I wish I had to turn them into a reality. So that's why I need some of your patience, guys. And that's basically all what I wanted to share with you all, guys, as a side note inside of this Mosler Super GT multiplayer video, which is at stock, I know, but still you all could see that it's a fairly strong car to go for, and I will definitely recommend trying your best in order to maybe 6-star it, maybe you don't have enough tokens and you can only 3-star up this Mosler, maybe you are waiting for the burst of speed, which is also a fairly decent consideration, because, well, the Mosler Super GT will be a quite expensive card to gold max in terms of tokens, and the burst of speed might introduce really good cards as well. So yeah, I do really think that's worth considering as well. But either way, let me know your thoughts in the comments section, guys. Are you trying to go for this Mosler Super GT, or will you rather focus into the burst of speed, which is coming around November, if I'm not wrong? Either way, let me know in the comment section. Just as I said, make sure to drop your like and subscribe in order to not miss absolutely anything in regards to Asphalt Legends. And I will see you really soon, as usual, with much more videos. Goodbye, guys.